I followed her one night. Not because I wanted to. Not because I was jealous. I followed her because something inside me already knew. And when I saw her step out of the car, she wasn't tired. She wasn't coming from work. She didn't have that overtime face. She was laughing. With him. That's when I understood the overtime was for another life. Not mine. You know how it starts. It never starts with betrayal. It starts with small promises. Morning coffee. Did you eat? Texts. That feeling that the outside world is noise, but inside your home, there's peace. My wife wasn't perfect. Neither was I. But we were a team. Or at least I thought we were. We complained about work, traffic, bills. Normal things. Normal life. Normal love. And that was enough. Until it wasn't. First came the details. There's always details. Infidelity never arrives screaming. It arrives whispering. She came home late, but too tired. Didn't talk. Showered in silence. Went to bed staring at the ceiling. I asked if she was okay. She said yes. Always yes. And you know when someone says yes without meaning it. I wanted to believe her. Because loving someone is also that choosing to believe. Choosing not to dig. Choosing to protect what hurts. But something changed in her eyes. She didn't look at me anymore. She looked through me, like I was a wall. The overtime started suddenly. They're cutting staff. We have to stay longer. It's temporary. Temporary became routine. She came home at 11. Sometimes midnight. I waited up. Not to control her. Out of habit. Out of love. Because sharing the end of the day used to be our ritual. But she came home different. Not smelling like the office. Smelling freshly perfumed. Not stressed. Strangely calm. Calm that wasn't mine. And that breaks you quietly. Because you don't have proof. Only feelings. And feelings are hell. You can't show them, but they eat you alive. I started doubting myself. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm insecure. Maybe I'm the problem. The betrayed person almost always blames themselves first. Because accepting the truth means accepting the person you love is capable of destroying you. And that's heavy. It wasn't a master plan. I wasn't playing detective. It was desperation. That night she said, "I'm leaving late again." She said it without looking at me. And something clicked. We didn't argue. I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. I just waited. Watched her leave. Counted the minutes. Sat in my car. And followed her. My hands were shaking. Not from anger. From fear. Because a part of me still wanted to be wrong. I followed her to a neighborhood that wasn't her job. She stopped in front of a building. No hesitation. No looking around. She got out. Like she was arriving home. And then he came out. Not imaginary. Not suspicion. Real. He hugged her with a familiarity that used to be mine. She laughed. That laugh I hadn't heard in months. There was no kiss in front of me. It didn't matter. The truth was already screaming. I felt cold. A cold that doesn't come from weather. Comes from the chest. Like someone opened a window inside you. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just watched. And in that moment I understood something terrible. She had already left. Long before that night. I was just late to the goodbye. I got home before her. Sat in the dark. Didn't turn on the lights. I didn't want to think. But the mind doesn't shut off. I remembered every "I love you," every promise, every future plan. And I started asking myself, when did she stop choosing me? When she walked in, she smiled. The same performance. The same soft lie. I'm exhausted. I looked at her and saw a stranger wearing my wife's face. I didn't confront her that night. I didn't have the strength. Sometimes pain doesn't explode. It sits. It weighs. It breathes with you. We slept in the same bed. But there was an ocean between us. And I was drowning quietly. Days passed. I wasn't the same. Couldn't touch her. Couldn't look at her without replaying the scene. She noticed. One night she asked, "What's wrong with you?" And that's when everything broke. I told her I followed her. She didn't scream. Didn't deny it. didn't invent stories. She froze. And the silence confirmed more than words ever could. She cried. Said she didn't know how it happened. Said she felt lonely. Said it was a mistake. Said she loved me. They always say they love you, even while they destroy you. I heard her, but I didn't understand her anymore. Her voice felt distant, like it came from another room, another life. I asked one simple question. How long? She looked down. Months. Months living with a ghost in my house. Months sharing my bed while giving her laughter to someone else. That's not just cheating. That's a double life. And it hurts differently. It hurts deep. There's no manual for that moment. No tutorial. Only falling. You eat and don't taste food. You sleep and don't rest. You breathe, but it's heavy. You start questioning everything. Was I not enough? Did I fail? Did I neglect her? Was she always like this? Betrayal doesn't just break the relationship. It breaks your mirror. You look at yourself and don't know who you are anymore. She wanted to fix it. Promised to cut him off. Promised therapy. Promised change. Promises after betrayal sound hollow. Not necessarily because they're fake, but because they arrive late. And trust isn't repaired with words. It's repaired with time. And sometimes, not even that is enough. We lived weeks in limbo. Not together. Not apart. Two strangers orbiting an open wound. I loved her. That was the problem. If I hadn't loved her, it would have been easy. But love doesn't disappear when you're betrayed. It mixes with anger, with sadness, with nostalgia. It's a cocktail that burns. One night, I watched her sleep, and I understood something. I could stay, but I would never feel peace again. There would always be suspicion, always questions, always a part of me waiting for the next blow. And I didn't want to live like that. I didn't want to become the police officer of my own home. I woke her up. We cried. We held each other like it was a funeral, because it was. The funeral of who we used to be. People think the pain ends when you separate. It doesn't. That's just another chapter. The house feels huge. Silence screams. Memories attack without warning. A cup, a song, a smell. Everything triggers something. But time does change things. Not because you stop feeling, but because you learn how to breathe with the wound. One day you notice you don't think about it every minute. Then every hour. Then, only sometimes. Betrayal doesn't kill you. Transforms you. Makes you more aware. More selective. More protective of your heart. And strangely stronger. Because you survived what you thought would destroy you. If you're listening to this and you were betrayed, hear this. It wasn't your fault. The cheater always finds reasons. Stress. Routine. Distance. Pretty excuses for ugly choices. But cheating is a decision. And no one is chosen by accident. And if you're on the other side, tempted, bored, chasing excitement outside, think about this. Infidelity isn't just an act. It's a time bomb. It doesn't break a night. It breaks years. It breaks trust. It breaks self-worth. It breaks a person who loves you. The pleasure lasts minutes. The damage, sometimes a lifetime. Before crossing that line, look at the person sleeping next to you. Remember who stayed when no one else did. Remember that real love isn't constant excitement. It's daily choice. And betraying it has a price. I paid it. She paid it. And nothing was ever the same. Love. But love honestly. If you don't want to stay, leave. But don't destroy someone on your way out. Because the pain you leave behind comes back. It always comes back. If the story hurt, it's because at some point it was yours. And if you're still here, breathing, listening, living, then you're already doing the hardest part. Continuing. And continuing is its own kind of victory.